So we can do this with the help of our graphic calculator, or we can do it manually. So with the help of the graphic calculator, you please key this fx into y1 and gx into y2 or y4, up to you. Yeah, so please do it, those who haven't. Okay, we use GC. So our y1 is the fx. So put a note there, this is fx. And our y2, y3, usually you don't want to disturb. So you put your y4 as 3 minus 5e to the power negative x. So this is your gx. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do it manually for each part. Okay, so for part A, okay, just to make sure everyone know. Okay, if I want to find the x and the y intercept, okay, what should I do? Hao Xuan?
Sorry?
If I want to find the x and the y intercept, what should I do for fx? Are you awake, Hao Xuan?
A bit dizzy now.
Okay, how to, why are you dizzy?
I don't know.
Take breakfast. Okay, just wake up. Okay, so how to find x and y intercept? So this one everyone should know. When you want to find y intercept is when x equal to 0.
Yeah.
F0. This is called the y intercept. So it's 1 minus 3, which is negative 2. Okay, so then when fx equal to 0, this is to find the x intercept. So e to the power x is equal to 3. So x equal to ln 3. So therefore, x intercept is ln 3. Y intercept is negative 2 for y equal to fx. So you state it clearly, you know what you are doing. So after you finish your y equal to fx, you now do for gx. Do the same thing. So Hao Xuan, what should I do first? Hao Xuan? If I want to find the x-intercept for y-intercept for gx, what should I do?
X equals 0.
Yeah. So I have to put when x equal to 0. So g0 equal to 3 minus 5 e to the power 0. So it's negative 2. So when gx equal to 0, so 0 equal to 3 minus 5 e to the power negative x. Yeah, so 5 over e to the power x is equal to 3. So 3e to the power x is equal to 5. So e to the power x is equal to 5 over 3. So x equal to ln 5 over 3. Okay, so therefore, the x-intercept is ln 5 over 3 and y-intercept is -2 for y equal to gx. So you see the way you write. So I'm done with part A. So now, so for part B, they say discuss fx as gx and gx as x turn toward infinity. So this one, everyone should be very familiar. Am I right? Hello, Nicholas? What should I do for fx? Nicholas,
Yes.
tell me, what should I write first?
E power x approaches.
You have to
infinity.
write this first as
Or
x
as-
approaches.
As x approaches infinity, e power x approaches infinity.
Then,
E power x minus 3 approaches infinity. And fx equals to
okay. Then the next one, the other direction. As x approaches, Nicholas, continue.
as x approaches
To the left, to the left.
to the left.
Hey, to the left is to the right is infinity. To the left,
It's negative infinity.
yeah. Next step.
E power x approaches negative infinity.
Are you sure?
No, sorry. E power x approaches infinity.
Are you sure?
No, actually it approaches negative infinity.
No. Nicholas,
Yes.
a to the power of negative n. How do we write it in max? If I want to know the value,
Oh,
like I have 2 to the power of -3. How big is this value? What is the value of 2 to the power of -3? How should I write it so that I know the value? Nicholas?
yes. E to the power x approaches 0.
I'm asking you here first. You tell me this one, the one in red first. Hello, Nicholas. How should I write it if I want to know how big is this value? The one I circle.
1 over 8.
So I can know the value, correct?
Yes.
So same go with here. If I want to know how big is this value, is e to the power negative infinity. So this is 1 over e to the power infinity. In max, there's no guessing. I tell you it's wrong. You just guess number. No, this is how you should think. Are you clear? We have done this many times. Our student, is not that Mr. want to scold you. So you will approach.
It will approach 0.
Yeah, so that's why I tell you, I have discussed this question before. I can come out the same question in the exam. And I still have students cannot do. So have you learned? No. Is that called practice make perfect? No. You cannot afford to make the same mistake again. Are you clear? So approaches 0. Yeah. Okay, Nicholas, continue.
Gx.
fx, Nicholas.
All right. Fx equals to e power x minus 3 approaches -3.
From above or from below? Is
Or
this the
below.
lower limit or upper limit?
This is the upper limit.
Okay, if I have a positive number minus 3, can negative 3 be upper limit?
Yes.
Huh? I have a positive number, 5 minus 3 equal to 2. 0.1 minus 3 equal to negative 2.9. 0.01 minus 3 equal to negative 2.99. So if I go on like that, I will approach negative 3. So this is the lowest value of this result or the highest value of this result.
The lowest, miss.
The lowest. So this is the lower limit. So that means I know that from here. So I have to write here from above. That means from here I can interpret. Interpret what? Okay, Thaddeus, help me to interpret this about fx.
The lowest possible value for fs is negative 3.
Yeah. So fx will be greater than
Negative 3.
negative 3. And if I interpret, I will say fx will not go below negative 3. So in the exam, do you know I can also ask you this type of question, you see? Like yesterday we have done. Prove that. E to the power x minus 3 is greater than negative 3. I can ask you to prove that. You see or not? These are how the question go. Hello, are you clear? So this is how you interpret. So that's why we study. So this is also, what else you can say about this? Y equal to negative 3 is what? Siti? Andy, Siti Haja? Is the
horizontal asymptote.
Yes, you are right. Horizontal asymptote of y equal to fx. I cannot write anymore. Huh? Y equal to fx. So when you study all these approaches thing, there are two purposes. One purpose is to find the horizontal asymptote. Second purpose is to see whether there is an upper limit or the lower limit or not. And third purpose is to see whether the local minimum or local maximum is also the global maximum or global minimum. So whenever you learn something, do you consolidate your thought? What is the purpose of us study the nature of the function as the value of the manipulated variable approaches infinity and negative infinity, or approaches the horizontal asymptote? Get me? So better jot down in your notes. Everything we do, there is a purpose. Clear? Okay, so we are going to go to GX. So for GX, B, I'm still in part B. GX is equal to 3 minus 5e to the power negative x. Okay, so what should I do next? Okay, I want to study the nature as x approaches infinity and negative infinity. Okay, Johan, can you start as? Johan, are you in the class?
Yes, as
X approaches,
infinity,
okay, infinity. Okay, so what should I write next?
e to the power of negative x,
Approaches,
0.
okay. So you know why, huh? Okay, so,
Yeah.
so understood?
So,
five
so
e
negative,
to the power negative x will approach 0, correct? So
yes,
therefore,
but what happens if the negative 5, right? Or is it gets 3 minus 5e to the power of negative x?
step by step, Johan.
Oh, okay, so we don't
So
need to put
now you
negative.
tell me,
Ah,
you will approach what?
negative 3. No, wait, just 3.
3. So now I want to ask this question. Is the 3 the upper limit or the lower limit?
The upper limit.
So this is the upper limit because it's 3 minus 0. So this is the upper limit. So if this is the upper limit, what should I write in the bracket here? The rest of the GX, is it more than 3 or less than 3?
Less than 3.
Less than 3. So here I have to write from above or from below. If it's
From
less
above.
than, oh, less than 3, young man.
Oh, sorry, from below.
Yeah, that means less means from below. So therefore, I know that this is the horizontal asymptote. Correct?
Correct.
And I know that my GX is always less than 3. All right? So you see? Okay, so then the other direction is as x tends toward negative infinity. Okay, yeah, as x tends toward negative infinity. Okay, Cindy, e to the power negative x will tends toward
0.
Okay, Cindy.
Wait.
Yes, Cindy. Okay, so you see, student, I really need you to be very initiative. You understand or not? You don't wait for me to write for you. You yourself have to be very initiative in your mind. This is e to the power negative, and your x is negative infinity. So you just need to figure out this one in your mind. That's why a lot of cases whereby a lot of students can't do maths is because what? From young, off track. Cindy, try.
Infinity.
Yes, you are right. So please, So infinity. So therefore, our gx is 3 minus 5 e to the power negative x. So it's in our mind, we will figure out as 3 minus infinity. So it will go towards what, Cindy? Try. Cindy, just try. Okay. Cindy, just now, do you hear what Miss Do said? 3 minus infinity. Three minus infinity. So it will tend toward what? Cindy? Hmm? Cindy? When you owe someone, it's a negative, okay? You definitely got a negative value. So 3 minus infinity. So what is the result?
Negative infinity.
Yes, you are right. So you see, that is how we think. Infinity is a very abstract thing, so you just use number. Like you take infinity as 10,000. 3 minus 10,000, so negative 9,999, 97. So it's infinity. Understand? Okay, so there is no upper limit. So done with that part. So when you talk about limit things, hello class, I really need you to do a lot of things. Yeah. So from this case, if I take my fx, so I'm just my fx at e to the power of x minus 3, I take it as blue. So I have this axis, correct? So based on here, negative 3 is the lowest possible. Okay. So I go back to here. I put here negative 3. Okay, so that is for my fx. My fx will be above here. Yeah. Then for my gx, I use black. Okay, so it will be here. Y equal to 3. Yeah, so it will be below the black line. So for fx will be above the blue dotted line. Okay, and both have the same y-intercept. Correct? Yeah, okay, can. Both have the same y-intercept. That is negative 2. Okay, negative 2. Both have the same. So I use 2 color. Have the same y-intercept. Yeah. Okay, the x-intercept, we'll talk about it later. So now, how can part C help us to know how the graph goes? Okay, let's continue with part C. So when you look at part C, for fx, So you want to do f prime x and f double prime x, correct? So we find f prime x is e to the power x. Am I right? So, and we know that e to the power x is always greater than 0. This one is true fact. So there is no stationary point. So from here, I straight away know that no stationary point. Okay, so when I draw the sign diagram for this case, all the one I written in red is what my mind have. So I will straight away draw my, okay, I better use blue. Yeah. So I have my f prime x sign diagram. And we know that e to the power x is always positive, so I put positive. So what is the geometrical interpretation that I have? Okay, I have to wait until I get my f double prime x. So now from here, I get my f double prime x. It's still e to the power x. So my f double prime x sign diagram will be positive as well. So from these two sign diagrams, I can make a geometrical interpretation. What is it? That my my fx, which is e to the power x minus 3, is, okay, if f prime x is positive, so what is the shape? Concave upward or concave down? Abhika?
Concave upwards.
Yeah. Okay, fx equal to graph is concave upward. So this is the geometrical interpretation, concave upward and always increasing or decreasing. Abhika?
Increasing.
Is always increasing. So from now, I know how is the shape of the graph look like. Concave upward, always increasing, so you have to go like that. All right? So this is my y equal to fx, the one in blue. Okay? So that's why they ask you to do part C. Okay? Got it? So now I'm going to do for gx. So gx is equal to 3 minus 5e to the power negative x. So g prime x. So what is g prime x? So it's negative 5 e to the power negative x times negative 1. So this will be 5 e to the power negative x. So this is also always greater than 0. Yeah. So I can straight away draw the sign diagram of g prime x. So it's always positive. Yep. Oh, the domain given is 3 to 4, so you restrict to 3 to 4. Okay, when you sketch the graph, but they didn't ask us to sketch the graph, okay? So we don't care. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, so it's always increasing. Okay, so now I go to G double prime X. Yeah, the sign diagram. Yeah, you have to put from -3 to 4. Yes, sorry. -3 to 4. Okay, -3 to 4. Thank you. -3 to 4. Okay, so G double prime X. So can I straight away write down -5e to the power -x. So G double prime X side diagram, -3 to 4. So this one will be always negative. Yeah. So what does that mean? So how do you interpret this geometrical interpretation faster? Can I have someone to help me to interpret? Okay, Hafiz? Hafiz?
GX
Yeah.
is concave downward.
Gx equal to 3 minus 5e to the power of -x is concave down. Yeah, okay.
And always increasing with decreasing rate.
And always increasing
With decreasing rate.
with decreasing rate. Okay, you see, Hafiz give a better answer compared to my answer. So who can improve my fx answer? Fx is concave up and always increasing with
Increasing
So-
rate.
Yeah, so that's why I said student always can be better than me. Oh, I already. Okay. So it's concave upward and concave down and increasing with decreasing rate. So how should it be? So it should go in this way. Yeah. So this is called increasing with decreasing rate. Am I right? Hello? So there are two intersection points. There are two intersection points. Am I right? There are two intersection points. So that is what part D, they will ask you to show algebraically. So then sketch the graph. I have sketched the graph for you already. So is that okay? Is that okay for me? I don't have to do part D and part E already. Part E is here already. Do I need to show how to do part D? Do I need to show how to do part D? Hello, student, do I need to show how to do part D? Okay, if you don't answer me, I assume you know what to do. Okay, so they say algebraically means you cannot use your graphic calculator. Okay, so to do part D, I have to solve the simultaneous equation. And I told you already, whenever I have power negative, I always prefer to write it like that. Then if I'm a person who is not very good in algebra, so what will I do? So solve simultaneous equation means I have to do it like that. Okay, if I'm a person who are not very good in algebra, what should I do before I start to solve this? Taven?
Let K be EX.
Yes, you are right. So this is how you help yourself. Let K be equal to e to the power x. So now you write like that. So I have K squared minus 3K equal to 3K minus 5. So K squared minus 6K minus 5 plus 5 equal to 0. So you can factorize. Or you can just use your scientific calculator. So e to the power x is equal to 5. So x equal to ln 5. E to the power x is equal to 1. So x equal to ln 1 is equal to 0. So this is where x equal to 0. We know already. So what they want is this one. Okay, so there are 2 points of intersection. Okay, so therefore, when x equal to ln 5 or e to the power x equal to 5, so my y, that is, you can either use fx or gx, up to you. If I use gx, I will put as 3 minus 5 divided by 5. So I have 3 minus 1, that is 2. Okay, so therefore the 2 point of intersection is ln 5 and 2 or 0 and negative 2. This one we know already. Done. Are you okay? So a lot of skill, you see, we have done it many times. So you just have to keep looking at it. So when you come to a higher level of maths, it's not how many questions you do. Is all the questions that you have done, do you know it perfectly? So I can do maths just based on this textbook exercise and the thing that my lecturer have discussed. So I can look through this 10 times, you see, it stick to your mind, and then during exam you can do. That is called practice make perfect. Don't be fooled by people.